Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to explore these really compelling stories and pull out the insights that, make you think.
That's right.
And today we've got a truly extraordinary one, an inspiring life, really. It's all about transformation, family ties, deep spiritual commitment.
And it's all drawn from this unique audio case study. It's like listening to someone's personal history, but also a kind of spiritual investigation.
Exactly. It looks at this one man's life through the lens of karma and Buddhist teachings. Really fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
So our mission, our goal today is to unpack the key takeaways from this rich story. We'll look at how his choices shaped his life, how family bonds stayed strong, even across oceans.
And what happens, when those bonds even go beyond death itself.
Right. We're going to uncover some pretty surprising ideas about karma and the afterlife, things that might genuinely make you look at your own journey a bit differently.
Definitely worth exploring.
Okay, so let's jump in. This man's story. It starts with a bit of a tough childhood. He wasn't actually raised by his birth parents,
No, he was adopted by a Navy general, interestingly enough.
which kind of set him on a very practical path early on. He ended up studying electrical equipment maintenance.
At the Royal Thai Army Training Center. Very hands-on.
And that practical skill, it seems, laid the groundwork for, well, a huge shift later on.
It really did. Because his first job, working at ASR at Kasetsart University, that led him to meet two people who would just completely change his life.
Right. Luang Por Dhammajayo and Jarn.
Exactly. And meeting them wasn't just like a casual encounter. It was the catalyst. It sparked this profound personal transformation.
Profound is the word. I mean, his life changed dramatically in very specific ways. He actually changed his name and his son's names, too.
Yeah, and their surnames. He added the word Buddha, which means Buddha, into every new surname.
Wow. So that wasn't just symbolic then? What was he really saying with that?
Oh, it was way more than symbolic. It was like
Yeah.
a declaration, a statement of his new identity, his deep desire to be an heir to the Buddha. Total dedication. And his actions backed it up. He completely quit smoking. Just stopped.
Okay.
And then, incredibly, he stopped selling all the tobacco, alcohol, beer, even pesticides from his businesses.
Even pesticides. Wow. So this wasn't just about his own health.
Not at all. It was a complete ethical overhaul of his livelihood. It was all rooted in this really strong belief in merit, good karma and demerit, bad karma. He firmly believed hell was real. But he had this interesting take on heaven, like he questioned it if it just meant being asked to make merit over and over again.
That's quite nuanced.
Yeah. And he was strict about observing the 5 precepts, those fundamental Buddhist guidelines.
And this wasn't just a private thing for him, was it? He brought his family into it.
Oh, absolutely. He didn't keep it separate. He'd regularly take his kids to the temple, teach them meditation, really instilled those spiritual values from a young age. And his respect, his reverence for Luang Pu and Jarn was just immense. Their pictures were on the family altar for as long as the kids could remember.
A source of refuge, you said?
Exactly. Like their go-to place in times of trouble or sickness. It really shows how deeply he wove his spiritual path into the fabric of their daily lives.
Now, alongside all this spiritual dedication, he was also juggling family life and business, right? Married to a Christian Chinese woman.
That's right. And he was quite the entrepreneur. Had his own pork trading business.
Pork trading, okay.
Yeah, and also an electrical repair shop, air conditioners, refrigerators. His wife helped him out. She was his assistant.
He sounds like a busy man.
Definitely. But then around, 2520 in the Thai calendar, so about 1977 AD, his youngest son was only 2 or 3. Thailand hit an economic downturn.
So his businesses struggled.
They faced big challenges, yeah, which pushed him to look for work overseas.
Okay. And he chose America. That seems unusual for the time.
It was. Saudi Arabia was the more common destination then for Thai workers. But he had this hope, this idea that maybe his children could eventually join him and study in the U.S.
The American dream. But it wasn't quite the dream start, was it?
No, not at all. Reality hit hard.
Yeah.
He had a really tough time initially, just working odd jobs,
Like what?
Dishwashing, parking attendant,
Yeah.
selling sandwiches, hamburgers,
Right.
stuff like that, and earning very little money.
Wow. Quite a
A
change.
huge change.
Oh.
But his perseverance, it was incredible. He worked so hard, not just to send money back home to his family, which he did, but also to keep making merit back in Thailand every single month.
Every month, even while struggling.
Every month. It just shows that dual commitment, doesn't it?
Big
Family
time.
well-being, spiritual path, both vital.
Definitely.
And then, luckily, a friend from his old technical college days saw how determined he was.
A breakthrough.
Yes. This friend helped him get a proper job as an electrician using his original skills in a government school in California. That was really the turning point over there. Gave him some stability.
Okay, so he's getting established in America, but his family's still way back in Thailand, thousands of miles away. How on earth did he stay connected? How did he remain such a strong father figure?
He was incredibly resourceful. Started with letters, obviously. But then, as technology allowed, he started making these weekly international phone calls.
Weekly? That must have cost a fortune back then.
Oh, tens of thousands of baht a month in old money. A huge amount.
Yeah.
But he did it. He'd teach them Dharma over the phone.
No way.
Yeah. And get this, he'd even help with their homework.
You're kidding. How?
If they were stuck on something, he'd literally have them send their textbooks all the way across the Pacific to him so he could look at the problem and talk them through it on the phone.
That's just astonishing dedication. Serious.
Isn't it? Just incredible.
So what was the main message, the core thing he kept teaching them, driving home?
His guiding principle never wavered. It was always, merit alone is our refuge.
Merit alone is our refuge.
Keep making merit continuously, even small amounts. Build up that good karma, avoid hardship. That was the key message.
And he had a deeper wish for them too, right? Spiritually.
Oh, yeah. His deepest wish, what he really yearned for, was for his sons to gain spiritual insight, to see the inner Dhammakaya.
Which is like a state of profound inner peace.
Yeah.
Enlightenment.
Exactly. That ultimate inner experience. That was the spiritual legacy he wanted for them more than anything.
And he wasn't just talking the talk over the phone. He was living it in the U.S., wasn't he? He got involved in establishing the faith there.
Involved is an understatement. He was instrumental. A real pioneer for Dhammakaya in California. He played an absolutely key role in founding centers and temples there.
Wow. Where did it start?
Started small with a meditation home in Cerritos. Then it grew to Buddhist Maywood, and eventually Wat Phra Dhammakaya, California in Azusa. So 3 locations he was deeply involved with.
That's a massive contribution. How did he show his commitment day to day?
Just unwavering dedication. He volunteered constantly, took on any job that needed doing. No complaints, never seemed tired. And he never missed the Bucha Khao Phra ceremony, that big monthly ritual, making offerings, generating merit.
Never miss it.
Never. And here's the amazing part. After he got back from the temple in California, he'd call his sons in Thailand.
To check on them.
To make sure they had also gone to the ceremony.
Wow. Leading by example, even across continents.
Absolutely. He lived his teachings.
Yeah.
And he really fostered that shared practice, despite the miles between them.
He really did make merit the top priority for the whole family.
Totally. Every merit activity Luang Por suggested he was in. Often, he'd send money so his sons could make merit themselves back at the main temple in Thailand. He encouraged them, told them, go to the temple every month. His command was always, prioritize merit. Put it first, above everything else, really.
That intensity makes his last trip back to Thailand feel even more significant, doesn't it?
It really does. That was in February 2005, or 2548 in the Thai calendar. It holds this really poignant memory.
What happened during that visit?
He spent 7 days meditating with his youngest brother. And his focus, his teaching to his brother, was all about non-negligence, keep making merit, keep meditating, and always be mindful of death.
Preparing him, in a way.
It feels like it, looking back.
Yeah.
He really wanted his sons to internalize these things so they could navigate life wisely.
And his very last night there. There's a story about that, too. Powerful image.
Yes. On his last night, he visited the dream school, listened to Luang Por's Dharma talk, and afterwards, he just stood there gazing at the Dhammakaya Satya, the big golden stupa, just looking at it for a long time. And he said something about how beautiful it was, how he wanted to just hold that image, that beauty in his heart forever, to be able to call it up whenever he wanted.
Wow. Like sealing a memory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A moment of really deep spiritual connection,
And
aspiration.
His commitment was just so profound, which makes the circumstances of his passing initially quite confusing for his family, right?
Yeah, it was a bit of a mystery at first. He passed away alone at his place in California, July 6, 2005.
Okay.
The confusing part was his friend had called him on July 1st, but he didn't call back, which was really unlike him. Very. And then he missed the Bucha Khao Phra ceremony on July 2nd, U.S. time, which, as we said, he never missed.
Never. That must have been a red flag.
Huge. But then his son did get a call from him on Sunday, July 3rd, Thailand time, checking if they had gone to the ceremony.
So it seemed like he was okay on the 3rd. That's confusing.
Right. It felt contradictory. But the explanation came later. He'd actually been feeling unwell. He passed away peacefully in his sleep, heart failure due to old age.
Ah, I see.
So when his friend called on the 1st, he was likely already too weak. And he passed away sometime after that first Sunday of the month, before the 6th. The call his son thought he received. Well, maybe there was confusion about dates, or perhaps something else was at play.
Okay, that clarifies the timeline. And then the spiritual side of things, what happened to his consciousness right after he passed?
Well, according to the insight, for 7 days, his consciousness just hovered. But it was incredibly focused.
Focused on what?
On merit and meditation. The things he practiced his whole life. His mind, his heart, just revolved around the good deeds he'd done.
So that lifetime of practice really kicked in.
Absolutely. That focus allowed for a very smooth transition.
And after those 7 days, something pretty spectacular happened.
Oh, absolutely spectacular. Golden divine beings, they're called, Devarad, adorned with jewels, arrived with their whole retinue, like a celestial welcoming party.
Wow. To receive him.
Yes. And then he circumambulated the Dhammakaya Satya 3 times.
The stupa he gazed at on his last night.
The very same one, recalling all his good deeds, that beautiful memory, filled with just immense joy. And then instantly, poof, he appeared in Jisitburi.
Which is a high heavenly realm.
A very high celestial realm, yeah. Associated with beings who've made a lot of merit. Specifically, he arrived in the special merit circle, Zone of Provisions.
Zone of Provisions, what does that mean?
It signifies a state achieved through really exceptional, consistent dedication to making merit and practicing spiritually, like stocking up provisions for the afterlife.
Incredible. So what's it like for him there now? What's his current state?
He's residing in this magnificent golden mansion, just dripping with jewels. A direct result of all the merit he built up.
Wow.
And he's still receiving all the merit being dedicated to him from Thailand, from America, which just keeps increasing his divine treasures, making his celestial experience even richer.
So the merit making continues to benefit him even now.
Definitely. And right now, he's apparently getting ready to sit and listen to Dharma teachings at the Maha Samadhivatha Buddha Palace, after happily checking out all his amazing celestial belongings. His spiritual journey continues, just on a different plane.
Amazing. And he managed to get a message back to his family?
He did. A really profound message, full of love and guidance.
What did he say?
He conveyed that he's just incredibly happy, thanks to all the merit he made while he was human. And he urged his wife and all his children to keep making merit, just like he taught them. And he had a special message for his wife. He really wished she would join the Sangha, the monastic community.
Ordain as a nun.
Yes. So they could eventually be reunited in Dusaburi. And he emphasized again how much he loved her.
Wow. That's powerful. A message from beyond.
Truly.
Okay, so we've seen how his commitment shaped his own path and afterlife. But let's dig into the karma connecting him to others now. This explains so much about why things happened the way they did.
Yeah, the karmic threads are fascinating.
First off, that pattern of separation, being adopted, being away from his wife and kids for so long, dying alone. Why that pattern? Is it bad karma?
It's not seen as specific negative karma, like from a particular bad deed. It's more described as a strong pattern, like a habit energy built up over many, many past lives.
Your pattern of what?
Of traveling far away for work. It became this deep-seated tendency in his karmic stream, leading him to experience separation again in this life. Not a punishment, just a recurring theme.
Okay, that makes sense. A subtle but powerful force. Now, what about that close friend, the younger guy who helped him so much, who's now a monk? Their bond seemed really strong.
Oh, definitely. A very sincere, deep bond. And the explanation goes back to a recent past life. They were brothers in that life. The father we're discussing was the elder brother then. And they had this really supportive relationship.
So that past connection just carried over.
Exactly. That positive karma created the conditions for their strong friendship and mutual help in this life.
Yeah.
It's a lovely example of how past good deeds ripple forward.
It really is. Okay, now for a trickier one, the mother's faith. His wife remaining Christian, despite his intense Buddhist practice. Why?
Yeah, this one reveals a lot about the subtleties of karma, intention, and even emotions. It goes way, way back, eons ago.
Eons.
She was actually his merit partner back then. They made a lot of merit together or worked with the Sangha.
So they were aligned spiritually then?
They were, but she experienced some kind of friction with certain members of the Sangha. And she started to feel like her husband prioritized making merit and perhaps the Sangha itself over her.
Ooh, okay. A feeling of being less important.
Something like that. Now, she didn't leave the Sangha or anything drastic,
Yeah.
but she kind of sulked. That's the word used. She stopped making merit as consistently, as joyfully.
Just from feeling slighted.
Mm-hmm. And that subtle emotional reaction, that feeling of neglect, compounded over countless lifetimes, eventually led her to be born into a faith system that wasn't Buddhist, a theistic one.
Wow. Just from sulking and pulling back slightly.
It shows how powerful even subtle intentions and feelings can be over long periods.
Wow.
But despite that divergence, the merit they had made together way back then was still so strong.
It drew them back together in this life.
Exactly. It pulled them back into each other's orbit, even with different faiths. It demonstrates the incredible staying power of strong karmic bonds.
That's a profound lesson right there
Yes.
about intention and emotion. So sticking with that theme, what about causing someone else, like Kalyana Mitra, a spiritual friend, to leave the Sangha? Does intent matter there?
Oh, absolutely. Intent is crucial. The consequences are very different. If you intentionally cause a Kalyana Mitra to leave the Sangha light, you actively try to turn them away, then the karmic result is that you yourself will experience being separated from the Sangha in the future. It creates a major block on your own path.
Okay. Direct cause and effect. What if it's unintentional? Like maybe something you said was misunderstood or you just weren't supportive enough?
If it's unintentional, the result is different, but still significant.
Yeah.
You won't necessarily be completely separated, but you'll face all sorts of obstacles in your own merit making.
Obstacles? Like what?
Like feeling you just keep slipping away from practice or finding it really hard to stay connected or motivated with the Sangha. You might not even know why it's so difficult. It's like this unseen drag hindering your progress.
Wow. Okay, so intent matters hugely, but even unintentional negative impacts have consequences.
Precisely.
This also might shed light on the mother's illness, the cancer, you mentioned their past business, the pork trading.
Yes. The insight connects her cancer directly to significant panadibart karma. That's karma from killing.
From the pork trading business they ran together.
Exactly. Trading large quantities creates substantial killing karma. And that kind of karma, especially from taking life on a large scale, is described as very heavy, very difficult to overcome.
So can the merit they made together help with that?
It can, yes. The combined merit she and the father made is significant enough to lighten the severity. It can act as a powerful buffer, potentially preventing her from falling into lower realms after this life because of that karma.
Okay, so offers protection, but can it cure the illness itself?
A complete cure just from that shared merit is considered unlikely, given the weight of the panatibart karma. For that, she really needs to make significant merit personally within Buddhism herself.
So she needs to actively counteract her own past karma.
Exactly. No one else can completely erase that demerit for her. Her own active merit-making now is crucial to address it directly.
Got it. So looking back at their lives together before he went to America, how would you sum up their family's overall style of making merit?
It's described as provision stockpiling.
Provision stockpiling, like putting away supplies.
Kind of, yeah. It means they were consistent, continuous. They made merit regularly, steadily, always according to their means at the time, not necessarily huge amounts every time, but always doing something.
Building it up steadily.
Exactly, like stocking a pantry with good deeds. And that consistency really paid off for them, especially for the father.
Okay. And one last point on family karma. The son who wants to be reborn as his father's child again, what should he do?
The advice is quite specific. First, he needs to consistently dedicate the merit he makes specifically to his father.
Okay, dedication is key.
And second, during every single act of merit-making, he needs to make a strong, clear aspiration, a focused wish to be reborn as his father's child.
Every time.
Every time. It's about creating that specific karmic link through repeated, focused intention and directing the energy of the merit towards that goal.
That makes sense. Consistent intention and action. Now let's pivot slightly. For listeners who might be inspired by this, who maybe want to help a loved one, perhaps their own mother, gently move towards Buddhism, what's the advice? How can they be a good Kalyana Mitra?
Yeah, that's a great question. There are a few practical things. First, talk about Dharma, but focus on the universal truths of life.
Universal truths, like what?
Like impermanence, cause and effect, the nature of suffering and happiness, things that resonate beyond specific religious boundaries. Keep it relatable.
Okay. Less doctrine, more universal wisdom.
Exactly. Second, encourage meditation. but really emphasize that it's a neutral practice. It's universal.
Not tied exclusively to Buddhism.
Right. Stress that it doesn't conflict with any faith. It's just a tool for finding peace, inner calm, mental clarity. Frame it as pursuing the best kind of happiness, inner happiness, which everyone wants, regardless of background.
That's a good approach, making it accessible and non-threatening.
Yeah. Often the biggest hurdle is that fear of conflict, or thinking meditation means converting. Showing its neutrality and its benefits for well-being helps overcome that.
Okay, what else?
Third, encourage her to frequently rejoice in the merit others make, especially the merit made by her husband and children in this case. The term is anumodana.
Anumodana. Appreciative joy.
Just appreciating the good deeds done by others. Because of their shared past merit, doing this will likely help open her heart, make her feel more connected and receptive without any pressure.
That's lovely. Opening the heart through shared joy. Okay. Now, there was another Galyana Mitra mentioned, the one who always kept the family informed about merit opportunities. Their story was quite complex too, wasn't it?
Incredibly complex. This person's karmic history is layered. So way back, eons ago, again.
Okay.
This individual was also Galyana Mitra to the father and his wife at that time. A different wife than the current mother.
Whoa. Okay, different lifetime, different wife.
Right. And that wife, back then, had this strong wish to be reborn as a man and live a celibate life. And she actually was. Reborn as a man in a later eon. And in that life, met the current mother, the one who had done the sulking we talked about earlier.
Wow, these connections just weave through time. So what about the Galyana Mitra figure in all this?
Okay, so this Galyana Mitra, back in that ancient eon, was a soldier. He ordained after his king did, became a monk, and really dedicated his life to spreading the Dharma. Taught a lot of people.
Sounds very meritorious.
It was. But he neglected his own personal meditation practice.
Focused outward, but not inward.
Exactly. And that's crucial. It shows that just spreading the teachings isn't enough for deep spiritual progress. You need that sustained personal cultivation too.
So what was the result for him?
Because he neglected his own meditation.
Right.
Despite all the teaching he did, he only just barely made it to Dusapuri.
Really? Barely?
And on top of that, he still carries kami karma. Karma related to sensory pleasures from many, many past lives.
Okay.
And the result of that karma is him being born as a woman in this current life.
Wow. So past actions, desires, even neglected practice. It all shapes the present reality. Can this person still attain high spiritual states?
It's possible, yes. They can still attain inner knowledge, but it requires much, much greater diligence now because of this complex karmic baggage. More effort is needed.
That is just an incredible illustration of karmic complexity. It really makes you think.
Doesn't it?
Now, another related story, kind of a cautionary one. The friend who helped establish Dhammakaya in California was a key figure, but then left because of media reports.
Yeah, that's a really poignant example. It highlights a potential pitfall.
Yeah.
This person was also a provision stockpiler type, made a lot of consistent merit.
Like the father.
Yes. But the crucial difference was a lack of yoniso manasikara. Wise reflection, critical thinking, discernment, sound judgment grounded in Dharma principles.
Okay. Why did they lack that?
According to the insight, it's because they neglected their Galyana Mitras, their spiritual friends and mentors, and also let their personal meditation practice slide.
So without that inner grounding and wise counsel.
Exactly. Without that strong foundation, it becomes much easier to be swayed by outside influences like distorted media reports and to lose your footing on the path. You lose the ability to see clearly.
That's a really important warning. So if you know someone like that, someone who's drifted away, how can you help them come back? What should a Galyana Mitra do?
It requires acting as a true Galyana Mitra yourself, which means immense patience. You need a cool head, a calm temperament, no judgment, no arguments. And most importantly, approach them with genuine love and concern. Be a steady, compassionate presence. That kindness, that non-judgmental care is what might eventually help them reconsider things. It's not about forcing, it's about gently guiding with compassion.
Patience, calm, genuine care.
Got it. Okay, one final clarification point, asking for forgiveness. You mentioned it briefly. What's the real difference between asking for general forgiveness, maybe from the triple gem during meditation, versus asking a specific person for forgiveness? Yeah, that's a really good distinction to understand. Asking for forgiveness from the triple gem, the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, it's like a universal remedy, a broad spectrum approach. It's especially useful when you're not sure exactly who you might have wronged over countless lifetimes, or just for general karmic housekeeping, you could say. Purification.
Okay. Does it work?
Yes, that general plea can significantly lighten the overall karmic load, reduce the burden.
But what if you know you wronged a specific person?
Then for the full removal of that specific karmic knot, to truly resolve that particular issue, specific forgiveness is usually needed, directly from the individual you wronged, once you recognize the wrong and are sincere.
So the general approach helps lessen the weight, but targeted forgiveness is needed for specific resolution.
Exactly. Think of it like general cleaning versus tackling a specific stain. Both are helpful, but sometimes you need that focused action for complete removal.
That's a great analogy, thank you. Wow, what a journey we've covered today.
It really has been quite a deep dive.
We looked at this incredibly inspiring life, this father whose spiritual awakening just transformed everything for him and his family.
And following his consciousness after death, seeing his journey to that heavenly realm, it's quite something. A real testament to his lifelong dedication to merit.
Absolutely. And then untangling those complex karmic threads, why relationships formed as they did, why challenges arose. It gives you such insight into how our past actions, even subtle feelings, shape our present.
Yeah, the ripple effects are profound. Intentions, actions, negligence.
Yeah.
It all plays out.
So thinking about all this deep dive into one man's incredibly dedicated life, it kind of leaves you with a big thought, doesn't it?
It really does.
Consider how the father's relentless commitment to merit, even when facing huge challenges like distance and hardship, how it created this legacy. A legacy that didn't just end with his life, but continues to uplift his family right now.
It makes you reflect.
Yeah. What does this story suggest about those invisible threads connecting your actions, your relationships, your own future, both in this life and maybe beyond? How are you weaving your thread day by day?
What will your thread look like? A powerful question to ponder.